So let's take a look at finding the area of rectangles again, only this time of larger rectangles. So in this example, a tile floor needs to be installed in the space below. How many tiles will be needed to fill the space? Well, the first thing I want to do is I want to figure out how many rows and columns I have. So I count 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 rows, and 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. I count 12 columns. So I could do 7 times 12. But maybe I don't know my 7s that well. Maybe I don't remember my 12s that well. What I do remember is back in the multiplication unit, we talked about something called the distributive property. And in the distributive property, what I can do is I can break one of my parts, one of my sides there, into different parts. So look at what I did here. What I did was I now have split it into 10 plus 2. That makes 12. So in this section here, I would need to do 7 times 10. And then this part over here would be 7 times 2. Well, 7 times 10 is 70. 7 times 2 is 14. I know my 10s because they're fairly easy, and my 2s are just doubles. And then all I need to do is add those two parts together. 70 plus 14, and I would get 84. So the number of tiles would be 84 tiles, or 84 square units. Now, I don't have to do it exactly the way I just did. I could split this up in a different way. So if this is still my 7 by 12, I don't have to split up the 12. I could actually split up my 7. And what I did on that is I've split this into 3 and 4. So on this top part, it would be 4 times 12. And in the bottom part would be 3 times 12. Well, if I remember my 12s, I can do this. Or I might just go like this, 12, 24, 36. Oh, there's 3 of them. And then 12 more would be 48. So there's 4 of them. And then I would need to add 48 plus 36. I can add those and get 84 square units, or 84 tiles. Personally, I like the previous way of doing it better, splitting up my 12 into 10 plus 2. Now, I'm going to take a look at this one more time. Here's my 7 and here's my 12. Another way I can do it is I can take my 12 and I can split it right down the middle. 6 and 6. So I would have 7 times 6 here and 7 times 6 here, which sometimes is not so bad because sometimes people remember their 6s. This would be 42, so that means this one is 42, so that's what I'm going to add. 42 plus 42 equals 84. So, using the distributive property. So, the distributive property means that we decompose one of the factors. So let's look at this example. The Sullivans are putting a patio in their backyard. It will be 8 feet by 15 feet. How big is the area of the patio going to be? Well, we know that we could do 8 times 15. However, the problem is we don't know our 15s. So what I would want to do is decompose that 15. And the way I'm going to do that is I'm going to decompose it into 10 and 5 because I know my 10s and I know my 5s. So on this part here, it's 8 times 10. So I'm going to write 8 times 10 plus this side over here is 8 times 5 plus 8 times 5. Now I just need to do the multiplication. 8 times 10 is 80, plus 8 times 5 is 40. And then I just need to add 80 and 40, which is 120. So the answer is 120 square feet. So here's another example. Again, we're going to use that distributive property. And a reminder, the distributive property means we are going to decompose one of the factors. I am painting a room in my house. One wall of the room is 18 feet long and 7 feet tall. If one can of paint can cover 150 square feet of wall, will that be enough for this paint job? So I know I have an 18 feet long and 7 feet tall wall. There's my wall, which I would solve by doing 7 times 18. But I also want to know, do I have enough to cover 150 square feet if I use just one can of paint? So again, I'm going to decompose my 18. I'm going to decompose it into 10 and 8 because I know my 10s and I can count my 8s fairly easily. So I'm going to do 7 times 10 here, 7 times 10, plus 7 times 8. Well, 7 times 10 is 70. 7 times 8 is 56. So now I just need to add 70 and 56, which is 126. So it's 126 square feet. But I still have not answered the question because the question is, do I have enough to use one can? Well, since there's 150 square feet, the answer is yes. One can is enough.